Hi everyone, welcome back, and in this video I'll be giving you some information on Agile Burndown Charts. So if you're new to Agile and you want to know more about what is Agile and what are the Agile Principles, I've taken a video on those topics, so you can click on the links given in this description box and you can view those videos. It will be very helpful. So let's get into this video and understand what are Agile Burndown Charts. So burndown charts are graphical representations of the amount of work that has been done and the work that needs to be completed for the completion of a sprint or project. So basically these are charts that help you to understand. So teams in agile teams continuously they work in different iterations in order to get constant feedbacks, and then they continue this particular style till the execution and end of the project. So as the teams keep developing and executing different functionalities and releasing different features, this burn down chart is very useful in order to view whatever work has been completed and how much of work needs to be done before the particular sprint ends or the project finishes. So it's a popular Scrum metric which is used to monitor and visualize the team's performance. So similar as there are different ways in which you can understand what are the statuses of story points and backlog items, similarly teams want to understand how the performance of each team, in an agile sprint on a project, how are they performing and how much needs to be ramped up in order to complete the project or the sprint at the right time. So let's understand how a burn down chart is and how it works. So this is a sample burn down chart. So the x-axis represents the sprint or the project timeline. So in this example I have taken it as a project timeline. So here this is where the project ends after 10 sprints. So these are each sprints that are involved on the timeline. And then here on the y-axis you have the hours or the story points to complete. So in Agile, if you don't know what story points are, you can also click on the link given in the description box. I have explained what story points are and you can view that. So here it's either the hours or story points. Now after every sprint there's a particular amount of work that is completed. So let's say here I'm going to take it in hours, the scale for example. So here for sprint 1 the team is completed around, let's say, 17 hours of work. So that's what is represented in this graph. Now if you look at this particular diagonal line, it represents the required pace, as to which the team has to keep working in order to finish up all the project items and to finish up on time. So this is the required pace, and here if you see here this particular line over here is nothing but the team space. So in sprint 1 the team would have completed about 17 hours of work where they were expected to complete 20. In sprint 2 they have completed almost 19 hours of work when the expectation would have been just 17 hours. So this is how you get to know the team space. So now you can compare the team space with the required pace. It's something like the required run rate for a cricket game. So the team has a run rate, but there is a required run rate which is the required pace over here. So in order to complete your target at the particular required time. So that's how the burn down chart also works. So based on how much of items or how many hours your team works in particular sprints or in particular days, you'll be able to calculate how much needs to be ramped up. If in case that, let's say for in this particular example, the team was supposed to complete 20 hours but the team completed only 17. So now in the next sprint the team needs to ramp up their effort. If they are going to not keep up to the pace, then definitely they will not reach the target. So at that time these are some alerts that help you to plan and see how you can ramp up. So in the next sprint you can add more items also so that it can be completed. And sometimes when you keep finishing that is more than what you are expected to complete, then there are chances that your project will complete much earlier, and this would cause a situation where people might say that you have estimated the project wrongly. For example, you have given a longer estimate time and the project could have been completed within a shorter period of time. So the next time you do your estimates, you need to be more careful and accurate. So this is about the burn down chart. Now let's see what are the advantages of this chart. The chart is very self-explanatory, so when anyone from the Agile team comes and looks at this chart for a particular project and the team, they would understand at what pace the team is working out, when the team has to complete the project, and what is the required rate at which they have to complete the project. So it's very self-explanatory. The next one is it's effective in communicating the team's progress. So if you see here, the team's progress also can easily be viewed by the entire team. The next one is it makes sprint planning more easier. So when you understand what is your team's pace, you will be able to plan out your sprints, the next forthcoming sprints, in a better manner. Okay, so if at all you have not completed the required features in a particular sprint, you're a little bit lagging behind, then in the next sprint you can ramp up. So it makes sprint planning easier. Then it gives time and effort required to complete the sprint on a project. So by viewing this, you'll be able to view what's the required pace, which is nothing but the effort required, and the time. Okay, so here imagine there's a deadline of your project completing in a particular month. So here you will know how much time you have and at what pace you have to work in order to complete the project. Next one is it's a good guide for the team space. So since there is a required pace at which the team should work, then this will act as a guide where the team will be able to set up some benchmarks as to how much effort needs to be put in every sprint. Okay, and the last one is it uses real-time data. Now this is not some imaginary chart that's being put up on the board or based on previous or past data. It's based on real-time data. As and when the team keeps executing sprints, this is populated. So the team also keeps tracking their performance in a real time. And these are the advantages of Burndown charts. This chart is very effective when you work with Agile teams, and it helps. It's a very good, performance metric also that is used in Scrum. So if you found this video helpful, please do give this a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to this channel, share this video with your friends, and also do share your feedbacks. Thank you.